Hi, I'm AJ Marks.
And I'm Megan Solaginto.
And you're listening to American Idiots Abroad. Hello to all the American Idiots Abroad, but also all the other people.
Hello to all the American Idiots Abroad and all the other people.
Yes, yeah.
On this podcast, we discover what makes us uniquely American by analyzing the differences and similarities between the U.S. and the U.K. with a British or sometimes non-British guest each episode. So, in reality, you could be whatever. Be someone with an opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, anyone with an opinion is... I take that back. Not everyone. Anyway, so let's introduce ourselves. I'm the member of the Marks family, colloquially known as AJ. But you can just call me Your Highness.
The firstborn, but the number 3 child.
Oh, God. All right. Well, Jesus. Out of 3,000, she means. So I was born in Boston, moved over to Liverpool, been here for 5 years.
Riveting stuff.
And redacted, what's your story? Who are you?
Redacted.
I don't want any spoilers.
Hi, everyone. My name is Megan. I'm your other co-host, a.k.a.
Your main squeeze, if you will.
A.k.a. your main squeeze, a.k.a. your highness.
Where were you born?
I was born in a small town called Los Gatos in the Bay Area. Grew up in San Jose, California. And then I moved from California to the northwest of England in 2014, and I've been here ever since.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So today is part 2 of our 2-part season 2 episode. Double.
Woo, woo. Double trouble.
Yes. If you haven't heard part 1, you can go and listen to that now. Just pause the recording. We'll be here when you get back. I promise.
Stop everything you're doing.
Or, if you haven't heard part 1 and you're just like, I don't know, I just like hearing you guys talk, I don't care what you're talking about, then you can continue listening if you want.
If you just like the sound of AJ's voice, keep going.
Yeah, you're going to miss out on some context clues and some references and some other things that we do because we love our guests today. We have Bronnie and Chris from the band Bronnie.
Let's get started.
So then we have the reverse. We have British words that are way more literal than the American words because it's not just a one-way street here.
I feel you.
It's a 2-way street with sidewalks on both sides.
Yes.
Yeah.
God, that was so bad. Anyway.
With a pavement on one side and a sidewalk on the other.
With a pavement on one side and a sidewalk on the other.
Exactly.
Okay, so the first one that I want to bring up is we say stroller and y'all say pushchair.
Yeah.
Or pram.
Yeah, pram.
Pushchair to us sounds very American.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's very British.
But a stroller,
You're strolling.
very casual.
Oh, no.
I
know what we would say. Pram for like a newborn baby. A buggy.
Buggy.
Yeah.
Buggy. It would be a buggy.
Oh.
Yeah.
A buggy.
Yeah, you guys have cute words for everything. Very frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah, buggy.
God damn it, you Brits and your cute words for everything.
So fucking adorable.
I think we've got numerous words, but pushchair is incredibly literal.
I've never heard anyone really call it pushchair.
Really? I definitely have.
No way. If it's kind of like a pram where a baby's lying flat, then we call it a pram. Whereas if like a toddler's sat like upright, it's a buggy.
Yeah.
Maybe I've just heard like unique, I don't know, Londoners or something say it.
Yeah.
Quirky people.
Yeah.
So quirky.
But pushchair is actually hilarious though, so I'm just going to say that. It's one of my favorites.
You're not wrong.
Speaking of quirky, there is a quirky British word for fart.
Yes, there is.
I had no idea that this was a thing, though.
Wait, I'm going to guess, because I don't know. I feel like you guys are all onto it and I'm not. Is it Trump?
Trumped.
No, but that's also fun.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes. No, but non-Brits, a Trump in this country is a fart. And that's the best.
It's so funny. Yeah, because obviously, like, Donald Trump, we all used to take the piss because it'd be like, his last name is Fart. Like, that's what everyone would think. I just think Trump is such a funny word.
And then Mr. Fart just ended up being Mr. Shart.
But can you think of another? That's true. Can you think of another?
Gas. past gas.
Another one.
I'm just thinking of what old men would say. Old men would say Trump. They'd say trapped wind.
Trapped wind.
Yes, trapped wind.
Would you say trapped wind?
No. We would say
No.
fart.
I would never say trapped
No,
wind.
I know people who say trapped wind.
No way.
You know some real awful people.
This girl I used to go to school with called it a flappy woof woof.
Called it a what?
A flappy woof woof. That's what she called it. Another kid I went to school with called it a windy pop.
See, that's awesome. That is awesome.
Pops.
A windy pop. I just slapped out a windy pop.
Legit.
You guys have so much more fun with English than we do.
Thank you guys so much for coming on the podcast. Do you have any solutions that you want to promote?
Yes, the use of the word windy pop.
at AOL.com.
I'm sorry, that's the end of the season. I'm sorry. That's it. That's the end.
Windy pop.
But I legit know multiple people who say trapped wind. They don't always say it, but they definitely say it.
Megan,
100%.
fire these people from your life.
I would cut them out. I would cut them out.
Go up to them and be like, "You are fired from my life. I expect your resignation in the morning."
Trapped wind sounds very posh.
Trapped wind.
It's trapped.
I think nurses say it as well, though. You know, like a nurse would say it to you.
Oh, yeah, it's a very technical term.
Technical.
Trapped wind. No, trapped wind. No, it can be.
It's a scientific term for it.
The very scientific. Trapptus windus.
It comes from
Harry
the
Potter
Latin.
spell.
The Latin.
Trappius windius.
Someone just farts or just no. So like when kids need burping,
Yeah.
that would be trapped wind. I would say that would be trapped wind
A bird?
because that is like technically trapped wind.
That is still.
Very literal. But like I'm talking about different the top half of your body. Like that makes more sense to call that trapped wind than a fart because it's not trapped because you let it go. You know what I mean?
And you let it go.
Let it go, man. Let it go.
Let it go.
What about not so trapped wind?
I think I've seen trapped wind like on posters by the NHS.
Seen trapped wind?
I swear I've seen it as like symptoms might be blah blah blah. Blah
Trapped
blah,
wind,
trapped
yeah.
Wind.
Do you get trapped wind?
Yeah, they're not going to put like symptoms if farting.
Oh my god.
It's just polite. You don't want to say fart.
It is polite.
Symptoms include letting one rip.
It is polite.
But even if it was burp, like let's say that it was trapped wind versus burp, that's still way more literal on your end.
Fart and burp sound like this. I feel like they're onomatopoeias. I feel like they sound like the sound. You know?
Do your
Yeah.
farts
Yeah.
make
Yeah,
the sound
burp.
fart when you fart?
Does your butthole just say fart?
My butthole goes, ooh, fart.
Megan.
Ooh, just a cute little fart. That's what my butthole does.
Mine says Trump.
Trump.
Mine says stream Bronnie music.
Subscribe to my TikTok.
Subscribe to my OnlyFans.
And it gives like a promo code at the same time.
No, that's the exclusive part.
Bronnie music for 20% off on
Use code get a grip for 10% off my OnlyFans.
Just promo codes.
Just promo codes. Type in Bronnie Trump 2020.
Or just Amazon gift vouchers that come out your ass.
Yes.
We need to move on.
Shall we move on?
This whole episode is just going to be about trapped wind.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got ours. So we would say leash, as in, you know, what you put on your dog when you take them for a walk, or your cat, you know, who knows. You guys would say lead.
Yeah. Leash? Sounds very harsh.
Leash.
Put it on a leash.
Really? But literally, sh is literally soft, you know? Shh.
Put it on a lead.
Leash sounds like leech, and that's not fun.
Or roach.
Word association with Chris.
No, I don't really understand either, if I'm honest.
I think that like you're leading the dog. You're leading the animal.
Surely the dog leads you.
I mean, you're clearly a bad dog owner. You know?
I am. Yeah, lead. Yeah.
Either way.
You know, like cables or wires or something. Like a lot of people just call it a lead.
Yeah.
I think they call a lot of things leads.
Yeah, you do.
Like the lead of a dog.
Lead makes sense literally, but I don't know what leash would be. Like you unleash. And then you leash, maybe it's.
Oh yeah. No, that.
I don't know.
I think that's probably.
Yeah.
It. I'd have thought so. See, that does make sense.
I
that
made
does
that
make
up.
sense.
So
Unleash.
but it makes sense. So we're gonna run with that.
No, I think I'm backing it. I'm saying that is it. That is it. You've nailed it. Good job.
Totes.
Yes, I think we solved it here. What is this? National treasure?
I think that mystery is solved. We can close the books and move on to what we say in the U.S., what we call a vest. Y'all would call a waistcoat? Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah, because well, yeah, it's a waistcoat.
It's a coat for your waist.
For why?
Well, yeah, it's because technically it's like
Just warm in your middle.
yeah, because it's got no sleeves, so technically it is a waistcoat. But yeah, I don't actually know.
I love seeing
why
you
it
smile
is.
while explaining
I
it.
just-
Because you're realizing you're like,
The mental gymnastics to be like, how can I make this sound cool?
No, I'm like, yeah, no, it is fucking ridiculous. No, I'm just trying to think because like
We definitely wouldn't call it a vest because we already have a word
yeah,
for
we already
vest.
have vests.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
like I think the reason why we call it a waistcoat is because in theory it would either be call it a waistcoat or we call it a posh vest, and I don't think posh vest would work.
I prefer waistcoat. Yeah. Posh vest.
that is also literal.
Yeah.
It is. The UK version is very literal.
But it's like waist is like it's literal, but then it's also like it's not even around your waist. It's like above your waist.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, it is around your waist though.
Well,
Like,
that might come from like old English, like long coats and stuff.
Yeah.
Like maybe waistcoats were longer. That might be.
True. But also it's like maybe they're just thinking like vertically your waist. As in like the middle of your person vertically. And that's where it belongs.
Well, yeah, technically your waist isn't actually your hips. Your waist is like above your hips. Your waistcoat
When
technically
you like
does it,
do
though.
the buttons, you kind of like
Yeah.
it kind of
it hits at your waist.
yeah.
It should be called waist and above coat. If you're gonna go literal, go all out.
I mean, no.
Waist and above coat? You wouldn't love saying that? Come on.
I would love to say that every time.
That does not roll off the tongue. That does not
if
roll
you-
off the tongue.
You can force it to.
Says you.
Force it to, yes. As most things that roll off the tongue happen, they are forced. So this next one is postcode versus zip code.
Yeah, postcode all the way.
Yeah.
It's the code that you send your post to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where did you guys get zip
why
from?
is it zip code? That's
I
interesting.
don't know. I'm going to Google it.
I don't know, but I actually prefer postcode.
I like postcode.
But like postcode is more than just like the code you send your post to. Like if I said my postcode was like
It's like an area.
It's a lifestyle.
it's like an area code. So like my one from home is RH. That's Red Hill
We are CH.
because you're Cheshire.
Cheshire.
Right now I'm M because Manchester.
Yeah.
I'm L because loss.
Because Lost Soul.
Because loser.
Yes.
Lamo.
Don't rub it in, Bronnie.
So ZIP is a acronym.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
know this. So
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What does the Z stand for?
So in 1963, the Post Office Department introduced and vigorously promoted the use of zip code, which stands for Zone Improvement Plan Code.
That is so funny.
That's
that
so
you
American.
Had to put improvement in the thing.
Yeah.
You gotta have your zone improvement plan.
Why didn't you just call it like a zone code?
That sounds way cooler.
Zone code.
Zone code.
Yeah.
The zone improvement plan. It's like it got signed off before they got rid of the I and the P in the thing. They were like, "Oh, the zone improvement plan code. Yeah, cool." Why didn't they?
Zip.
It's like they never gave it a name. They thought of the idea and then they never gave it a name.
It's true. It's true.
I'm surprised that American people haven't named it area code because that seems very literal.
That's a different thing.
Ah.
So area code's a different thing. Area code
Yeah,
is
it's for like your phone number.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
the 3 digits that come before. So in the US, our phone numbers would be 10 numbers, and the first 3 are your area code. So mine back home is 408. So that's like San Jose area code. What's yours, AJ?
I'm 978, but that's all of Massachusetts.
Yeah, all of California, like different parts of California have different codes.
Oh, wait. Are you talking about the middle three or the first three?
The first three.
Yeah, 978.
And that's all of Massachusetts?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow, Massachusetts. Keeping it simple.
978.
We do have that in the UK.
Yeah.
Yes. What do you call it?
For landline, for home phones, because that's you guys have that with mobile numbers. Is that correct?
Yeah. That's what mobile.
Yeah.
And landline. It's with both.
Oh right, okay. Because our landline is like it's split up into. Don't quote me on this, but I think it's 10 no, it's 8. Is it 8 or 10?
We're literally quoting you on this podcast, by the way. So
Literal.
literally.
It's 11. Sorry, it's 11.
Oh.
So like the first 5 of a landline is an area code, and the last 6.
Isn't one of the 11 a 0 though?
Yeah. So the first number is O. Which is strange.
So that's not the case for the US. No number would start with 0. That's bonkies to us.
I don't know why.
Also, our zip codes are all numbers. We don't have any letters in our zip codes.
Yeah. It's a little sad.
So that's why 90210.
Yeah.
You know.
I feel like it makes sense that ours does have letters in it though, because it is it shows your regional code. Like mine, like we said earlier, mine's ST for Stoke, and like it makes it simple, but it makes it like I feel like there's less room for error to say.
Yeah. Well, I like how they do it for most of the country, but I don't really like how they do it in London. Like, so London has like SW, which means like Southwest. Yeah. And then they'll have just all the different regions. So I'll have like NW, SW, yada, 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 yada. Because London's so big, they can't just have like L.
So we got L.
Yeah, we got L.
Fuck yeah. No, not you. You moved.
Oh, yeah, not me anymore. I moved. No. Out of the in crowd. But I like how it's like, okay, the first letter is the city. But I didn't even realize that until like a couple years in living here. I didn't know that it stood for Liverpool.
Oh, fair enough.
Or that it stood for Manchester. And I actually didn't know that it stood for Southwest until last year.
I didn't even know that.
Do you not?
No.
Well, I guess if you're not
great.
from
South-
down, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. You learn something new.
Well, you didn't know until
Yeah,
today.
Today you learned.
So this next one, I think, is the funniest thing to me out of all of these. And it's full stop is what you say. Whereas we say period.
Yeah.
Period.
That is hilarious to us.
Ew.
Because
Period.
a period is what a period is.
Well, I mean, when you don't say the word period for, like, because that's like the main use of the word period is for a full stop.
Yeah.
But when you don't, when you take away the word, oh my God, I wonder if anyone's listening to this thinking we're talking about like
Menstruation.
Yeah, menstruation. When you take away the use of the word period for a full stop and it's only about menstruation, then I understand why the word period has very different connotations. But for us, the word period on its own is like, it is what it is.
Yeah, we don't giggle.
But then full stop, it's like, it just sounds like you guys like typing something out and you're like, full stop.
It's so serious.
It's so literal.
It's so serious. It's very intense to me, full stop.
It's stopping the sentence.
Yeah, it is very intense.
Like, I understand what you're saying, but we're not as dramatic as you. So you would use the term like, we are over, period. Something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like that is something that, like, and not to, like, judge or, like, anything like that, but...
Too late. It's okay.
Right, I'm gonna speak for AJ. I'm gonna speak to AJ here. And if AJ was like fed up of something, but he was also making a little bit of a joke about it, he would say something like, "This place is disgusting." Period. Like you would say something like that.
That's not how I would say it. It's usually
It is.
if you're like no. That's definitely not how I would say it. But if you were like mad about something and you were like that's the end of this discussion. Period. Like, you're going to go upstairs and clean your room, period.
But we don't we don't...
Yeah, you do.
No, but we don't say full stop because that is hilarious.
Yeah, you do.
Full stop.
We would never say,
I
yeah.
have 100%.
Why would you speak in grammar? Why would you go, that is terrible, exclamation point.
No, I have 100% heard someone say full stop. Like, 100%.
I mean, that's what they do on the circle.
Or like, I am sick of you, comma, and you, full stop.
Yeah.
That's so dumb. You don't speak... No, because that is what expression is about in the sentence.
Yeah.
No, I've heard someone talking about like Boris Johnson or something, and they're like, he is just corrupt, full stop. I've definitely heard people say stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think you use it in different, like... I can see what you're saying. Like, if you're being super specific about something...
We also say full stop.
But I think Americans say it more.
Yeah.
But what is it? We say brackets. Do you guys say parentheses?
Yes.
What
Yeah.
is that?
It's a beautiful word.
Because I was listening to podcasts and it was
It's
like,
a lovely
I
word.
was
It's
going
horrible
for a
to
walk
spell.
today. In parentheses, it was so sunny. It was like, what the hell is
Oh,
parentheses?
you mean like saying in parentheses in
Oh, you
our
say it?
language?
You
like, not just
actually
the word
say
on its
it?
own.
No, I don't think they do. Do you?
I know. I would say like
We could.
sometimes if I'm being cheeky, like
We'd do like that.
yeah, like quotation marks.
Yeah.
Can I just say that I absolutely hate, this is another literal one. Okay. So we say quotation marks and you say inverted commas. And I hate that.
Yes. Yes.
Inverted commas, that's so
inverted commas.
intensely literal.
I would actually argue this is a school that we are like taught speech marks,
Yeah, speech marks. Yeah.
which is even more
Yeah.
literal
Yeah.
than quotation marks. I think because it doesn't have to be a quote specifically. It's just anything anyone's ever said.
We're just speaking.
Just speaking. But yeah, inverted comma. But that is quite literal in itself because it is an inverted comma.
Yeah. My boyfriend says inverted commas, and every time he does, it's like nails on a chalkboard for me. No offense, James.
It is a foul thing to hear. I'm gonna be
Break up
honest.
with him then. I'm only saying that because he can't hear me.
We are over. Period.
Full stop.
And then I said, in inverted commas, we are over, period.
We full stop are full stop over. Full
Exclamation
stop.
point.
Inverted commas.
In parentheses, I was furious.
Exactly.
I was.
Do you say like open bracket, close bracket? Because we would say like open parentheses, close parentheses.
Yeah, if we were going to do it like that,
Right,
I would
okay.
do it like that.
Oh, if you being like over dramatic.
Yeah.
Not in
Yeah.
speech.
Yeah. Not in speech, but like if we were describing like, I don't know, an English class or something when you're younger.
I'll say parenthesis, blah, 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 end parenthesis. But I won't say like open
Okay. Yeah. Fair.
and close. But another one that has to do with writing. I love this one. Whereas we say cursive and y'all say joined up writing.
Joined up writing, but that's we only do that in primary school.
Yeah,
so I
that's
guess as
very
to kids, the
primary
teachers
school.
are like, right, joined up writing, join the letters up.
Like, yeah.
Whereas the cursive sounds like
And by the way, we're primary school. Anyone who doesn't know the age of primary school, we're talking like
Elementary school.
3 years old to 7 or something like that, whatever it is. And I feel
4 till
that
10.
is-
Yeah, if you don't know the age brackets for like education systems, if you don't know anything about the British education systems, you can listen to Bronnie's former episode on the podcast,
Hey!
which was about education. High School Sucks.
Season 1. High School Sucks with Bronnie.
Season 1, baby.
Anyway, continue. Sorry, just needed that little plug.
I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like but here's a question: when you're at school, are you encouraged to write cursively?
We had, at my school, we were forced to write in cursive until a certain age.
Well, we were forced to learn cursive.
Yes. So no. But we were also, at my school, we were forced to write in it for
Yeah.
like a certain amount of time.
Every time?
Yeah, pretty much like for most assignments because
Ooh,
Yeah.
no.
Same.
so basically the reason why was like at the time when I was in school, like the SATs, which are the tests that you take at the very end of high school to basically place in like a bracket amongst like the rest of your peers to get into university. And so on the SATs, there's an essay section. And in the essay section originally, like before I took it, you had to write in cursive. It had to be in cursive. So they were like, well, you have to learn how to do this because in order to get into university, you're going to have to write this way. But then like by the time that I got to take my SATs, you didn't have to do that anymore. So it was like we kind of learned it just to learn it.
Yeah.
So I'm not exactly sure how much kids learn it nowadays or how intensely, but I remember like maybe third grade, you basically almost exclusively had to write in cursive.
It's very old school, isn't it? It's very old fashioned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we learned it just as it was dying out. Because, millennials.
Yeah. Can't hold us back.
Some millennial shit. Yeah. But they would let us write in non-cursive. They would just like teach, like at my school, they would just like teach us cursive because they're like, you'll need to know this.
Yeah.
Like, oh, wow. We really need to know this. Okay. We got to get this right.
Yeah, exactly. But we call it cursive the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, or we're told this is cursive. We don't have like a little kid kind of introduction word like joined up writing or something.
Yeah.
But it's cute that like teachers say that to little kids here. But it is
Yeah.
so
Joined
literal.
up writing.
Oh yeah, it's massively literal. But like, if that was in like the adult world, because it's not relevant to any adult ever, which is not what you're taught in school. Because it's not relevant to the adult world, I feel like it's okay to sort of stick with joined up writing and not go to cursive. Whereas if it was like if you weren't to get a job because you didn't join up your writing, like then I feel like we would probably start to incorporate the word cursive or another word that would suit it.
So this next one is really funny to me. So this shout out Sophie. She's my trainer because she says this one a lot and I always have to like hold my little giggles in. And it is, we say jumping jack and you say star jump.
Yeah, because you're out like a star.
Because you look like a star.
Who's Jack?
Why do you say jumping jack? That's what I want to know.
I'm going to Google that because I don't know.
Because that seems...
Is it like Jack in the Box? The way Jack jumps out the box?
I wouldn't.
I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm like...
That could be it.
I feel like it might come from like military stuff, but I don't know. I'm gonna Google it.
I mean, I think it's insane. Jumping jack.
Star jump.
Yeah, no, but you're a star. Shape.
Thanks, Chris.
You're a star.
You're a
shape.
star!
Chris just called me a star.
You're welcome. Hey, I'm trying to
blushing.
rebuild the boundaries we've broken so far.
So, okay. So I was actually correct, and I'm very pleased with myself. So the jumping jack is named after its inventor, General Black Jack Pershing, a.k.a. John Pershing. And he was one of America's greatest military leaders, and he invented the jumping jack. So we call it...
Shout out jumping jack.
So we call it jumping jack after him, and then apparently you guys call it star jump because it looks like a star.
Yeah? Well, I guess we're very literal then for that one.
Well, I guess that's a word that you guys changed.
And we were very literal because Jack was actually jumping, and we were like, yeah, jumping jack.
See, that is probably more literal, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Did you see how Jack jumped? He was a jumping jack.
Do you see my body is full star right now? Full star.
Full star.
Oh my god.
Full star.
I think they're both awful. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't want to see mommy and daddy fighting anymore. Let's move on. Okay, so whereas we say tic-tac-toe, which I think very bubbly, very fun.
The alliteration.
Y'all say knots and crosses.
Yeah. Not.
But I also like that one too, but just not as much as tic-tac-toe.
That sounds hella emo to me. Knots and crosses.
Oh yeah.
Knots and crosses could be an emo band.
Sounds like an emo band.
in like the mid 2000s, yeah.
Or like a festival.
Hey everybody, we're knots and crosses.
Like supported bullet for my Valentine or something.
Tic-tac-toe is very like... When I think of the word tic-tac-toe, I just think of someone creeping up on someone
It's
like
very-
tic-tac-toe.
P5O fum kind of thing. Yeah.
It's very ASMR. Tic-tac-toe.
Tic-tac-toe.
Like,
Tick-tock.
it's kind of creepy when you think tic-tac-toe. But why
Tic-tac-toe.
tic-tac-toe? Where did toe come from?
Tic-tac-toe, give me an X, give me an O. Give me 3 in a row.
Oh!
It's like a saying. Tic-tac-toe.
Oh, okay.
I forgot about that actually.
I forgot about that till literally just now.
All right, nice.
Give me an X, give me an O, give me 3 in a row. Tic-tac-toe.
Give me a jumping jack.
Noughts and crosses sounds very literal compared to
Noughts
the
and
US.
crosses sounds
'Cause it
so
literally is a
British.
nought. 0.
It's like so
And a
angry.
cross.
Like you're like tic-tac-toe and we're like,
We're like,
fuck
"Noughts
off,
and
noughts and
crosses."
crosses, bitch.
Noughts and Crosses opening download this year.
Yeah.
I love that Noughts and Crosses, bitch. Oh my god.
Bronnie, you actually pointed something out. The fact that a 0 is called a naught here in and of itself is quite a literal thing. Like, we don't say the naughties to refer to the 2000s, whereas you do
we say the naughties,
because it's just a bunch of zeros. So
I love the Naughties. I love that. Also sounds like that could be an emo band.
Yeah.
The Naughties.
yeah, well, in our accent.
The Naughties. Yeah.
Naughty.
They're nodes.
The naughty.
Naughties.
That's awful. That makes my skin
The
crawl.
nutties.
The Naughties.
It's the W. Naughties.
Naughties. Yeah.
Naughty.
Yeah. The Naughties.
But that's really literal though, calling it the naughties and then also just a not being like a 0
Yeah.
is rather literal.
Yeah.
It is.
And I didn't know that a naught was a 0. It took me a very long time to figure that out.
Fair?
I was always like, why do you call it the Naughties? Like,
Yeah.
did you just get real naughty in the 2000s? I was like, seems like a personal thing.
I had no idea what people were talking about.
I was a good kid, so
Not
the
a naughty
naughties
boy.
weren't very naughty for me.
I don't know. Like,
I wasn't very naughty.
but that is the only time I'll ever use naught.
Yeah.
Where noughts and crosses and the naughties are the only two times you will ever use naught. I'll either use like 0 or O.
You wouldn't say like your phone number like not 7.
No. 07?
That makes
Don't
me
even
wanna
say
throw
0.
up.
You just say 0.
Or you say 07008 like 8400
That sounds like a location, like a
What? Yeah.
like an altitude, longitude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine you would say like you start a phone number and you're like not 764 not 3.
Yeah.
You'd be like, wait, what? It's not this?
And Americans just like, well, if it's not a 7, then just say what it is.
I would just
like,
disregard phone number, walk away at that point.
Yeah.
I don't care how important.
When first moving here, when people even started their phone numbers with 0, I was like, oh, so this is a fake number? Like, like starting with a 0? Who does? That's not a thing.
Yeah.
Megan's like, you start with a 0? Lame. Megan's like, I'm out of here. You guys started with a 0.
I'm outie.
Cool
Period.
prank, bro, but I'm not going to buy it.
Period.
Here's my phone number with 555.
In parentheses.
I love this one. This next one. It's really literal for the UK, so I don't want to hear nothing about it. We call it French toast, and y'all call it eggy bread.
Yeah.
Because it's bread you make with eggs.
Now, I probably can guess why we call it eggy bread over French toast. Because
You hate the French.
no adult eats eggy bread. So it's a children's
not,
thing.
It's not popular in the
and,
UK.
and then
Yeah, it's so weird. It's so good.
it's
is.
great.
With syrup.
But also we hate the French. So why would we call it like French bread is enough? We don't want French. Do you call it French bread? A baguette?
We have French bread, but French bread is different.
French bread is
Yeah.
different from a baguette.
Oh, is it? Right, so a baguette
Yeah.
for us is
Yeah.
French bread, and I feel like French bread and French toast, they'd be like, wait, you toasted a...
Yeah.
Like, you heated up a baguette?
And then there's just automatically eggs in there.
But we hate the French, so I feel like that's why we've probably gone for eggy bread.
I just really wish that French toast was more popular here.
But it was the best coming home from school and you'd get a French baguette. You'd slice it, have butter as a quick snack.
Oh.
What? It was the best. So yummy. So yummy.
Well, bread and butter.
Yeah, as a snack.
So the origins of French toast aren't really known in terms of like the recipe, but I found somewhere that said the name French toast is said to have been used first in England in the 17th century before the recipe crossed the ocean to land in America with the early settlers. That's one sort of like popular
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah, conspiracy theory about French toast, exactly. It might have originated by you calling it French toast, and then you guys went, wait, we don't like the French. Why are we calling it this? Let's just call it what it is, eggy bread.
Well,
Literally.
it probably came from like toddlers being like, eggy bread. And then like that's probably what happened.
I didn't even know it had eggs in it.
Bro, it's literally you dip bread in eggy bread. Like
it took me until learning that it was called eggy bread that I had no idea that it had.
That's literal as fuck.
I thought it was just like super cool bread, and then I realized
Super
that you
cool
have to
bread.
make it with eggs.
Super cool bread. Just all of a sudden,
Why
the
does
bread
this bread
woke up
taste
one day and was
fucking-
like, "Sorry."
I was like, why does this bread taste fucking ridiculous? It's so good. And then they were like, there's eggs in it, and I was like, huh?
The French fucked up this bread.
But I did not find that out until I heard people call it eggy bread here. And then I was like, eggy bread? Why the fuck would you call it eggy bread? And they're like, well, there's eggs in it.
And you checked flights back to Boston immediately.
I was like, I need the super cool, awesome bread.
You're like, I'm
back in the
outie.
States.
So this last one is
Speaking of toast.
is either a cheese toasty or cheese on toast. That's the same thing here, right?
Nope.
Basically?
Nope. Absolutely,
Different.
completely different
Ooh.
things.
I'm so sorry.
Be
So-
careful.
Cheese on toast is literally cheese on toast.
One piece of toast.
And piece of toast and bit of cheese. Well, not one bit of cheese, but cheese on and slice of toast.
So open faced.
If you double that sucker up, pop it together, and make a
that
sandwich,
sucker
you've
up.
got a cheese toasty. So anything inside 2 slices of
And
toasted
you would
bread
call
is a
that
toasty.
a grilled cheese sandwich, wouldn't you?
Exactly. Or just a grilled cheese, but yes.
See that?
We call it a cheese toasty.
I don't know which one's more literal.
See, those are both as literal as each other, actually.
But theirs isn't a sandwich.
What?
It's toast.
No, but it's not sand, is it?
Well, no, but it's bread. Well, a sandwich isn't toasted though. Do you know what I mean?
It can be if you toast it.
Well, I guess it's not grilled, I guess. Like I think yours is more literal.
No. It's grilled. I've got a George Foreman sandwich griller.
Ooh, brag
Ooh.
about it.
Griller.
Okay,
Also,
okay.
saying the word griller, I feel like, griller.
If the bread has
Griller,
been
bitch.
baked or grilled, then the bread is toast.
Yeah.
But I
what I
feel
mean.
like, but okay, so cheese toasty. Toast is a very cute word, very cute name. Again, you guys love a cute name for things.
Oh yeah.
Toasty.
But you aren't toasting it in a toaster. It's a different process. Like for us, when we make cheese toasties, which would for us would be a grilled cheese, the way that we normally do it is it's like butter on the outsides of the bread, cheese in the middle, and you put it on a stove. So like you put it on like a pan on a stove and you kind of like flip it over as you go and you just kind of do your thing. Whereas here, I feel like it's a little bit fancier. You guys love a panini press.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Britons love a panini press.
Oh, I don't know many houses I've gone into where there isn't a sort of
Panini, it's just
a hot
high
double-sided book to toast everything you ever
life-changing.
need, because you can do mushrooms on there. You could do all kinds of things. You could do asparagus if you wanted to.
asparagus.
Oh, asparagus.
Asparagus.
We do have toasty machines is a very common thing here.
Oh yes, you love calling them toasty makers as well. Another very literal
Yes.
thing.
Oh
yes,
yeah, that is
yes.
quite literal.
And with that, let's move on to the very last section. Lightning round. Here we go.
Yes, lightning round. Which is more literal? So we're gonna do Americans versus Brits. We're gonna just go with our first gut feeling. What is
We're
more
all just going to vote.
literal?
I'll throw in a vote. Which one is more literal?
Okay, number 1, baked potato versus jacket potato.
Baked potato.
Baked is more literal, isn't it?
Baked, because it's literally a baked potato. But a jacket potato doesn't have to be baked,
Jacket?
so it's not technically the
I want
same.
to say jacket just because you keep the skin on, so it's like a nice little jacket.
That's the funniest thing to me is like, oh, it still has its jacket on.
It's still got its waistcoat on.
cozy,
It's
it's
not a
all
waistcoat because it goes the whole way around.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I think baked potato. I
Yeah.
think baked potato is more literal.
I'm still sticking with jacket.
All right, that's 3-1. So next one.
Megan just said you're wrong. It's a Michael McIntyre one.
This is one of the Michael McIntyre ones. We have horseback riding versus horse riding.
It's horseback riding. It's so dumb. Where else are you
I'm
going
like
to ride
ride
the
on its
horse?
fucking hind leg or whatever.
Yeah.
I know you guys were repeating the rhetoric.
You are, yeah. This is like verbatim. Are we talking
falling
about
into his
Michael right now?
trap. Is he feeding you lines?
Yeah.
I mean,
Sorry, what was that, Michael?
Where's the earpiece? Yeah.
no, but like, come on. You've got to agree with this one.
I just think horseback riding sounds cool.
They're both literal. You're riding a horse. You're riding the back of a horse.
Yeah, no, but where else are you supposed
Horseback riding is more
But
literal.
horseback riding is so literal compared to horse riding.
Rolls
Come on.
off the tongue.
Horseback
But it-
riding.
No, I love the way,
Oh, yeah.
especially in your accent, that it rolls off the tongue. I think
Horseback
it's really cute,
Yeah.
but it's way more literal and it sounds dumb.
Yeah.
Chris, stop coming on to me on this podcast.
Sorry,
making him
AJ.
Jeez.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely insane.
You guys can DM later. I think I'd say horseback riding is probably more literal. Yeah, I'll take the L.
It's more literal, but I think it belongs here because it's not that much more literal.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not
It's
that
not
much.
like y'all call it like smoothening or something. Like it's not like it's not like some
or
random fucking word.
Dressage.
Dressage. It's
Yeah.
not called dressage.
Well, that's a
it's
type of
called
horseback riding.
horse riding.
As a type
So-
of horse riding. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's dancing horses.
Yeah. Dressage is the dancing horses.
Well, yeah, it's not called dressage. It's called horse riding. So it is still very literal.
What's that? Are we 3-1 or are we 4?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not counting. I'm not
Okay.
counting.
Yeah.
All right.
The
Next
listeners
one.
can count at home.
Next one. We would say turn signal, and you would say
Indicator.
Or if you're from Boston, you say blinka.
Blinker.
Oh, that's cool. I prefer
Yeah, we
that.
also say blinker.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
Which is
Yeah,
also
blinker.
very literal because it's blinking.
I think turn signal is way more literal.
Yeah. Because it's literally
'Cause
telling
it's
you where to
It's
turn.
the signal to where you would turn.
You're indicating.
I think it is.
I think it is more literal, but an indicator, that is also quite literal. Like you're indicating you're going to go somewhere.
Yeah. But I feel like because it's an important thing, I feel like it kind of has to be literal. Do you know what I mean?
What about indicator versus blinker?
Blinker
What
is
about
so literal because it blinks.
Yeah.
It is
Because it
literal.
blinks.
It's literally just a
It's just a blinking light.
Okay, that didn't make it better. That
That did not make it better. You lost that one. All right. So turn signal wins is the more literal one.
Yeah. Okay. Next one. Mailboxes versus letterboxes, or
I'm
mailbox
torn on
versus
this one.
letterbox.
I'm
I'm gonna go.
I think letterbox is more literal.
I think letterbox is, but mailbox is just like because mail is just all mail.
Because mail could describe a lot of different sizes, whereas letters like one thing.
This is the Misandry podcast. We hate males.
Yes. So for that, I'm gonna go for letterbox. Yeah.
Okay, yay! Britons have one now. Amazing. No, I'm just kidding. The next one is lift versus elevator.
Lift.
They're both, yeah.
Lift.
Well,
Because it lifts you.
but then elevate. It's elevating you as well.
Yeah. But lift is so simple of a word.
Yeah, I'd go for lift.
Lift.
Elevator
it's
is
gotta
definitely
be-
a little bit more complex,
Yeah.
so lift is it has to be lift. Yeah. Next one. So either we would say construction worker, whereas you would say either a builder or a joiner.
There's
Builder.
many words that we would use. I will go for builder or joiner,
Yeah.
but we'd say like someone could be like a brickie as well.
Yeah.
That's so yeah. These are all so
Brickie.
literal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see another cute word though.
Yeah.
Another cute.
Bricky.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's really really cute. Although joiner
Bricky.
sounds like a little kid like doesn't know what you're doing.
There aren't many joiners about. I do know a joiner though.
What's the difference between a joiner and a builder?
So a joiner is normally like someone who does woodwork. So someone who would like fit a door frame and all that kinds of stuff.
And they all join hands
And
and,
they all-
run around in a circle.
yeah, they do.
Sing kumbaya.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then a builder would just be like a general.
Just
like,
the general construction worker, yeah.
And then a brickie would be.
Someone who
Bricklayer.
specifies in bricklaying.
Oh wow. Okay. Whereas we would just be construction worker.
Ah.
I feel like we just have like one.
All
sort of
one
title.
So
word,
does
yeah.
that make you more literal because you can't define them?
I don't know. I feel like if anything, it's more literal having so many different variations. You're literally doing bricks.
Yeah, it sounds more literal saying builder.
Yeah.
You're literally building.
Yeah.
You're literally joining wood.
I think bricky's got to be the most obvious.
Yeah.
A bricky. And then builder, second most obvious. Then construction worker, then joiner. Joiner is a little bit more far out, a little bit more foreign.
Although joiner just makes me laugh a lot. It just sounds so funny.
It's very strange, isn't it? Yeah.
Joiner.
Next one is car park versus parking lot.
Car park
for sure.
is
Car park,
is
yeah.
literally
You park your car.
is what it says on the tin. Yeah.
Noun, verb.
It's a park. It's a park for cars.
But like, what is a lot? Like, we don't use the word lot.
Just like a lot of land.
Yeah, we don't use that over here. So that's why
yeah.
we don't actually use that word at all.
Would you say a plot of land?
We would say a plot if it was land. Like, yeah, if it was land, it would
Yeah.
be a plot. But like, we wouldn't say,
Right.
and you obviously you can't say parking plot because that's ridiculous. So car park makes
Parking
sense.
plot.
Parking plot.
That alliteration.
Yeah, it's awful.
I'd like to imagine a world in which you say parking plot.
I'm gonna start.
If it was parking plot, that might be more literal.
Oh
but I'm
yeah,
gonna go with
definitely.
car park.
Yeah.
So, Chris, I want to hear you say it. Is it car park? Is the more literal one?
Yeah, definitely,
Okay,
definitely,
okay. I just
definitely.
need the confirmation for the listeners.
What about you, Brown Dog?
Yeah, I would say car park. Yeah, for sure.
Only because we don't use the word a lot though. So
That's true. Okay, next one. Chip or crisp?
I think crisp because it's crispy. Like
yes,
when you're literally describing how it sounds.
yeah.
Whereas like it's
Ooh,
a chip
yeah,
of
crisp.
potato. That's the thing. Is like it's a chip off a potato.
Yeah.
So it's
I
like
just think, I think because it's presented in the way that it is, like if it was a chip of potato, like you chipped off a part of a potato, that's one thing. But then you like, I don't know, do you fry it? Do you bake it? Whatever.
there's
But
a
then-
process.
I don't even know how it goes.
I love
It goes.
I love the idea of someone stood there chipping off bits of a potato as well. I think that's incredibly strange.
Someone out there is a chipper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think crisp is
Yeah.
probably more
Yeah,
obvious
yeah,
one. I think
yeah.
Bronnie's right.
So this is the last one, and this is kind of the more confusing one. And I didn't know how I felt about this one. So the last one is first floor versus ground floor. So we would say like the ground level, so where you enter at like normal pavement level into a building, that's the first floor to us. Whereas that's the ground floor to you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. So, but you've just completely gone like and ruined your whole point there in your explanation by saying the ground floor, the level that you enter, is the first floor. So how is that? Because it's
the first
the
one.
ground floor. You come in off the
always on the
ground,
ground.
and you stay there.
On the ground.
Sometimes there are steps.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
But
you know-
there's no lift to get you up to the next floor. Like I think ground floor is more literal, 100%, because it is the floor on the ground. Because you've just had to explain why you call it the first floor by including calling it a ground floor. So, so I think ground floor is definitely more literal.
But I didn't know how I felt about it because we were like, oh, it's the first one. So like first floor, you know, like that just makes me laugh.
I mean, it is also technically correct, but I feel like ground floor would be the better explanation of.
Explanation.
Yeah, I've
I feel
realized
like-
that. Yes, yeah, fucked it.
I feel like ground floor is the more obvious word, maybe, but first floor throws me off because if that's, or no, the first floor makes more sense to me because if it's the first floor, then the one above it is the second floor. But if you have the ground floor, the one above it should be called the second
Well, then
floor.
do you just ditch the first floor and go ground
ground floor
floor,
is the first
and then go
floor.
ground floor,
First floor you enter.
second
You enter from the
floor?
ground.
So technically, the first floor, if you're using ground floor, is the problem here because you should go from the ground floor to the second floor because that is the second floor. You're
Exactly.
correct, but the problem is that you're going from top to bottom here, really, because you're going second floor then first floor because second floor makes sense, but first floor doesn't make sense because it's not technically the first floor because it's the ground floor. It's the ground floor. I feel
It's
like
all a
I'm
bit
getting really
confusing.
invested in this, and this is a speed round, and I feel like, I feel like I've
We've
tried this out.
exhausted the word floor here on this podcast.
I know the word floor doesn't sound like a word
Yeah.
anymore.
All right, Megan, make your vote.
So yeah, I think ground floor. Ground floor
Yeah,
is
I think
my
ground
literal
floor is
vote.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say the
all
same.
right, okay, we're all agreed on
All
ground
right.
floor.
Well, that's a great way to end this episode. So thank you both
Absolutely.
so much for joining us, enlightening us, debating us, changing
Yeah.
our minds. Hopefully,
threatening to shoot lasers
Yes.
at us.
Yeah,
Oh, totally.
Absolutely.
Finding out if you've got STDs.
exactly.
there you go.
Yes,
Exactly.
That's the way. That is the way.
We are a chlamydia kind of group. So,
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna be supportive and stand by you.
Yeah,
on that one. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're here for you, Meg.
thanks.
Very chlamydia energy here.
Big chlamydia energy.
Got the big C energy.
Big C.
So on that note, would you guys like to, maybe tell people where they can find all of your photos of your big chlamydia energy and other maybe related things?
Oh no. Not making it.
Yeah, you can find all of our chlamydia tests on Spotify by typing in Bronnie, BRONNIE.
You have to listen to them.
If you ever need a chlamydia test, just stream Bronnie on Spotify. It'll go away. I promise.
Yeah, it's just me reading it out saying it is negative. Yeah, in fact, you can actually get a free chlamydia test if you just listen to our music automatically, and then
It'll come
it just
in the mail, yeah.
yeah, totally. And then
That's the treatment, actually. You have chlamydia? Stream Bronnie.
Yeah,
Maybe you won't have chlamydia anymore. Who knows? Not proven.
if you dig it, then you don't have it. If you don't like it, it's like, oh, you got chlamydia then.
Yeah, if you don't like
If
it.
you're a hater, then it just gives you chlamydia.
This is the second episode in a row where we've talked about chlamydia.
Vibe check. It's like a vibe check listening to Bronnie's music. If you like it,
You're clean.
you don't have chlamydia. And if you don't like it, bam.
Chances are, yeah.
Hell yeah.
And you actually spin the wheel. Sometimes you can get all different kinds of STIs.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Syphilis might be next. So if people want to follow you on like socials and stuff, where can they find both of you, each of you, yada yada?
Yeah, so mine is at Bronnie Music, and then my radio show is The Bronnie Show on all social medias.
Yes. And your radio show comes on right before ours.
Yeah!
And that's on KCC. Tune into KCC on Wednesdays at what time?
At
6
6 till 8 p.m.
Yes. And then tune in
Mother
right
tuckers.
afterward for some episodes of American Idiots Abroad. But anyway,
That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Fun little episode every week.
go ahead, Chris. Where can people lurk you, find you, love you?
Chris M Drums _ is my Instagram and Twitter, but then I'm a weirdo and my TikTok is different. It's Cress M, CHRESM.
Yes.
Nice.
Crass.
I love that.
Because people call me Cress. I don't know why people call me Cress.
It's
Crass.
I love calling you
It's just
Cress.
your like
Yeah.
energy. It's very crass.
Yeah, I give off big Cress energy.
Yeah.
Cress meth chill vibes. Sorry, myth chill.
We're gonna get the wrong impression.
Chris myth chill.
Yeah.
Incorporate that in, and then I just accidentally insinuated that you had meth in your system. Meth check.
So you guys are in a band called Bronnie, obviously. And you guys have some gigs coming up soon, right? Like once gigs are in person.
God. Yeah.
We're on some tours this summer. Yeah, people can find those tickets bronniemusic.com. Head over to the tour section, darlings.
Yes.
And yeah, we're so stoked to see everyone again. I really hope I can get vaccinated beforehand though, because
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Definitely.
do not want to catch it.
Don't want to catch it. Don't want to give it.
Just like chlamydia. Full circle.
Totally full circle.
Everything comes back to chlamydia here.
Oh, love it.
We need to move on from chlamydia on this podcast. This is 2 episodes in a row.
It's 2 episodes in a row, and it's our last episode of the season. So
It is the last 2 episodes. We're ending out on chlamydia.
Gotta go out with a big bang, and then you get chlamydia.
Oh my god. All right. Anyway, so my socials are at AJ Marks Official. That's all platforms. So I don't want to hear any ifs, ands, or buts about it.
So
That's it. I'm not going to change them.
Exactly.
Not that anyone's requesting that, but I'm not just putting my foot down.
and you can find me also on I was going to say all socials.
Wow.
You can find me on all socials at I am
With your
Sola
blinker.
Music. That's SOLA. No, I can't even do the accent. I'm going to just stop.
Yeah.
SOLA.
Yeah, just be yourself.
Be myself.
Be true to yourself.
Yeah, I'm the realist. So at I am Sola Music, and I have some new music coming, some music videos and stuff. So yeah, check in with that, and you'll be able to find out when that's all coming. So let's go out on one of Bronnie's songs. Bronnie, do you have a song that you maybe would want to show the folks?
Oh yeah, let's do Not Too Late to Be Okay.
Aw.
Yes.
Love it. And I love going out on something that's, a good message. So
Yeah.
After all this chlamydia talks, people need some some positivity. So
It's not too late to stream Bronnie music.
Exactly.
It's not too late to get chlamydia.
that's also
It's not too
true.
late. It's true.
Practice safe sex. Use your rubbers.
Technically, the
Use your erasers.
And then you'll get your period.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many things, strange things tying up right now.
Anyway.
This is Not Too Late to Be Okay by Bronnie.
You're up and down, I know. Pitch black and dollar, though it's okay. It's okay. Wake up at 3 p.m. to leave late and start again. Well, it's okay. It's okay. Today's the day, make it great. Let's live this moment forever. Put the past in the past. Let's live this moment together. 'Cause I've been there, I felt like nothing. Pick yourself up, no point bluffing that you're okay. Well, it's not too late to be okay. 'Cause I've been there, I felt like nothing. Pick yourself up, no point bluffing that you're okay. Well, it's not too late to be okay.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
See you next season.
Adios.
Season 3 later this year. Okay, bye. See you soon.